There we go. We're combining the stuff that we did yesterday. Oh, minimize. Combining the stuff we did yesterday with the stuff that we've done over the last 3 weeks, so we have equations and solving for the variable. Now, the first thing that we have to recognize is what with equations? To solve equations, what? What is it? That will be, but that's too specific to fractions. I'm talking the general big ideas that I don't want you to forget before Friday's quiz and next Wednesday's test. Okay, Abby? That's even more specific with fractions. I'm talking the last 3 weeks, the big concept, the biggest concept that all of you should wake up and think about the first thing you wake up. Yeah. You have to get the variable by itself. And the second thing you should think of whenever you wake up in the morning, other than, man, my breath stinks, is what? Yeah. Good. I'm going to take a little step in between that. So the first thing I know with equations, I have to get the variable by itself. The second thing is I have to remember to undo what's being done to the variable. And the way that I do that, yes, thank you. In order to do that, I have to add if it's subtraction. I have to subtract if it's addition. Now I ask you, Dominique, with that in mind, what's the thing that I wanted you guys to do with these yesterday? Yeah, I asked you. You have to make them in proper fractions, so I'm going to rewrite it. So it's going to be k plus 4 over 3 equals 25 over 6. Yep, microphone is on. Thank you. In order to get k by itself, I have to undo what's being done to k. I'm going to be putting these equal signs all the way through, unless I rewrite. People have been doing some crazy layouts when they're doing their homework, because a couple of my classes had like 10 minutes to do it. Or one of my classes did. In order to undo a plus 4/3, how do I undo that, Max? Good. I'm going to subtract 4/3 to both sides, minus 4/3. So now I have k by itself over here. So now I have 25/6 minus 4/3. I have 25/6 minus 4/3. So this part here is new today. This part here was yesterday. Whoa. Okay, do you agree? But this part up here really isn't that new. We've done it the last 2 Tuesdays in a row. This is the 3rd Tuesday in a row we've done it. Just imagine, rather than these being fractions, last Tuesday, these were decimals. 2 Tuesdays ago, they were integers. Then it is test and we're done. Now I need to do what we did yesterday. And what is the biggest, most important, standout concept that you are all going to memorize for Friday's quiz and Wednesday's test? What is it? No. That has to do with adding and subtracting fractions. Yeah?
Keep the same denominators.
Yes, we have to have common denominators, and those common denominators are going to be the least common denominator, so we skip steps later. What people want to do right off the bat is always multiply these two together. That's not what you always want to do. That's not the least common multiple. That adds steps later. Just this guy, just this guy, just that guy. Okay. So I'm going to multiply this. Well, what's the least common denominator between 6 and 3? Yeah. 6. So to get 6 on this fraction here, I'm going to multiply this guy by 2 And because I needed to keep it equivalent fractions, I need to multiply that by 2. So now I have k equals 25 sixths minus 8 sixths. Which equals 17 sixths. I'll make sure I don't make mistakes. So but when I'm focusing on calling on you guys, writing legibly, and standing and kneeling like I just was, I gotta make sure that I don't lose what I'm doing. Now my new result, because I can't leave that like that, can I? 17 sixteenths or 17 sixths? No, I'll be marked off for not simplifying my question. And also, I have to remember that I have to have the variable solved because that's what the instructions say. So now I have k equals 2 and 5 sixths. I'm going to circle that answer because that is correct, and I'm done with that one. Once again, look how all of my equal signs are nice and tidy down the middle. Okay? I need to keep that consistent. People who are doing errors are putting their equal signs every which way. You should be writing as I write and going as I go. Any questions on that one? No? Okay. Number 2. Now we have a subtraction. We have the variable. What's happening to it? 10 and 3/5 is being subtracted from it. So I need to rewrite this as an improper fraction. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Is it clearly visible?
Yeah.
So a minus 53 fifths equals 5 sixths. Better on that. Yeah, I can see it better on that. YouTube has a better view than you guys do on this because of the projector. Plus, since A is having 53 fifths taken away from it, I need to undo that by doing what? Max. Adding 53 fifths. Beautiful. So I'm going to add 53 fifths to both sides, because 53 fifths is equal to 53 fifths, plus 53 fifths. Now my new result is A equals 5 sixths plus 53 fifths. Now I'm doing what we did the other day, and this is a situation where people who don't want to do the least common multiple, they just want to multiply the least common denominator. They want to multiply the denominators together. And in this situation, the least common multiple is when you multiply the two together. On your homework, no. But if you can keep yourself organized, you are welcome to do it on a separate sheet of paper, I guess, if you can have it laid out like that so you don't do it. Because what you've been doing is you have 2 pieces of paper. If it helps with the layout, but you have good handwriting anyway, but if you struggle with keeping things in line, you can use graph paper. But I just want 1 piece of paper when you turn it in, though. And it clearly labeled on top. I've had a couple students just turn in stuff, and I have to go through all the last 2 weeks of homework to see what they were doing. So that new one comes out to be 25 over 30 plus 318, is it? Yeah. 318 over 30. How often am I blocking your view?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
You can move behind Owen if you'd like. I'll be up in your grill a lot less. Now my new result is, what is 25 plus 38? Whoa, 318. Yep, 343. And I could just do that straight across because the rules that we remembered yesterday, once you have common denominators, then you just add or subtract whatever the sign is. And this comes out to be 11 and 13/30. And I'm circling the middle before we went through with it, just so it stays consistent, because I still have that A equals. As long as you have A equals and then with the answer. If you would have just had this chilling like that, that's going to be points off. That's not solving for a variable. That's just putting a number down. Okay. Any questions on that one? All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this an improper fraction, which is negative 15 halves plus x equals 21/4. Now, integers really, there's a couple of groups that are ignoring this. As soon as you see that, like, oh, there's a negative, I don't feel comfortable with doing that, or I just see it, but it's gone next time. So as soon as you start to do anything down here, it's gone. Can't let that happen. Do you agree? Actually, what would be the opposite of 2? What is it, Jace? Negative 2. The opposite of 2 is negative 2. The negative sign is actually called opposite. So if you're saying negative 2, it's the same as saying opposite 2. Because it's opposite the 0 on a number line. This right here could be rewritten a couple ways. Actually, this whole thing could be rewritten a couple ways. But I want to be the most efficient I can be at this. So if this could be called opposite 15/2. How do I get it back to being normal 15/2? Yeah. There we go. Plus 15/2. That'll get x by itself. Plus 15/2. Plus 15/2. Now I have x by itself, where it likes to be asocial. Plus 15/2. And rather than multiplying both sides by the denominators, because I have to have common denominators with this, I'm just going to realize that the least common multiple of those, or least common denominator, all I have to do is just multiply this by 2, this by 2, and then I'll make my denominators 4. 21/4 plus 30/4. Now I have common denominators. Now I can roll with it. Yes, sir? 51/4 is correct. 51/4, but I can simplify that. No, we have a, there's no negative numbers after we did this. Now 51/4, I know that 4 times 10 is 40, and 48 would be 12, and that's really close to being 51, yeah. Yep. 12 3/4 is correct. 12 3/4 is correct. And if you're in my first and second period, or the third and fourth period, that there was mistaken to be 1/2. Because I wasn't simplify. Yeah, I wasn't simplifying well enough. Yep. Okay, good. Any questions on that one? No, just a little bit of boredom here with lots of hands on heads. Okay, thank you. Now this one, we are going to be doing the first two examples. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to complete numbers 1 and 2. So 5 minutes to complete numbers 1 and 2. And yeah, 5 minutes from now. So you too, if you want, you can jump forward 5 minutes for the explanation. Bye. So on the back side, you guys do not need to do 3, 4, 7, and 9. What's that? No. So I took off all the easy ones on the back side. All right, so I'm going to do these examples. If you're done with those first two, go ahead and just follow along with B. If not, it'll be up here when you're ready. So I'm going to make these improper fractions. So I have y plus 4/3. And this side is going to be 55 over 18. What's happening to the y is it is being added by 4/3. So I need to get that minus 4/3 to get that to go away. Minus 4/3 to get that to go away. Now I just have y on this side. So now I'm down to 55 over 18 minus 4/3, which comes down to, I need to get a common denominator for this 3. The least common denominator with that 3 is going to be 18 itself. You have to do the back, except for 3, 4, 7, and 9. So to get that to be 18, I have to multiply this by 6. I'm going to multiply that by 6 as well. So now I have y equals 55 over 18 minus 24 over 18. Now I have common denominators, and now I can run with it. Yep, so that leaves me with 31 over 18, which simplifies to 1 and 3/18. 1 and 3/18. Oh, sorry, 13/18. 13/18. 13/18. You got 14? So you would have 18 minus 31, or 31 minus 18. That would be 2, 11, 2, 1, 12. So we're 12 over 12.
I got 13.
Yeah. It's 13. I don't know what I was just doing. It's 13. Because if you add 18 plus 13, or 18 plus what is 31, it's 13. Yeah. Yep. Good. Ooh. I don't know how long it's been recording to, but make sure your mom sees that part. All right. Oh, is the mic on? Okay, good. It's hidden behind my tie. Okay, number 2. I'm going to rewrite this so it's an improper fraction. Excuse me, 91 twelfths minus 5/8. The common denominator for those two is going to be 24, which we multiply this by 2 times 3 times 3. So now I have x equals gigantic number 182 over 24 minus 15 over 24. I have common denominator, so I am happy. Which comes out to be 167 over 24, which is simplified to... How many of you got that one?
What?
All right. Oh. Okay. All right. But did you have that one at least, though?
What I did is I switched out on accident the 24 to the 28.
Ah. Okay, yes, sir.
Does additive inverse apply to these rules?
Yep, if you wanted to, you could do plus negative 5/8
Okay.
or plus, yeah, yep. Additive inverse always works on that.
On the does additive inverse work on? Can we use the?
Any subtraction. Okay, now for these ones here, I'm going to show you how to set up the ones on the back side. Do you have a question on the front side? Yes, you may. I don't know. Yes, you may. Here's what's going to happen, folks. I'm going to show you all how to set up. I'm going to show you how to set up your equation. Then from there, I expect you to be able to add and subtract the fractions. Okay? So you all just get going on the back side of that. When you're done with that, I want you to see if you set it up the same way that I have, and then you're going to have the rest of the time to work on that and then start your homework. So that's that. And yeah, you may begin. Don't you love homework? It's like the best thing ever.
Like 7 hours of school.
I would love to have a reverse lesson planning, which is you guys would watch this YouTube video, you do the homework here, and you ask questions while you're here.
I don't mind doing homework at school. I just don't like doing it out of school.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I would shoot this video tonight, the one that I'm shooting right now. I would shoot this video. You guys would write down questions. Then you come to class, ask those questions. I'm here for you to answer those. It's called a backwards lesson.
I don't mind doing it.
No, because I can't assume that all of you are going to have 45 minutes to sit down at a computer every night to do that. I can't assume that. If we had laptops that were all issued to you, or Google Chrome tablets or something like that, then I could assume that you guys would have that time to do it. But then you'd need connectivity.
I'm sure people should have a phone.
Yep.
I'm one who likes
It is the 4th. Yep, today's my brother's birthday. Mm-hmm. You okay?
I want to.
Are you deliberately annoying her?
I touched her.
Don't touch her.
She said that she was going to
Afterwards or before?
afterwards.
That was your problem then. Don't mess with her. Don't mess with anybody. Don't touch anybody. You should not be talking. You should be working. And this is what you're doing by yourself, and then you're going to look. I see you're writing down as I'm writing down. This is not the time for that. I'm setting it up, and you guys should have already started this, and you can verify that you're doing what I'm doing. So I've made it because 2, a minus a negative becomes plus, which is here. And to undo that positive, I subtract 1/8 from both sides of the equation, which now I have my asocial variable. So it's 1/4 minus 1/8. I need to have common denominators. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. I need to have common denominators. And I need to use a different color so you can see what's going on. Times 2, so I can get the least common denominator, which is 8. So now I have r, still by itself, 2/8 minus 1/8, and that's also pretty, which becomes 1/8. Oops, I answered the whole thing for you. I'm going to act like I didn't do that. Delete. Boom! I already did it, but maybe if you guys are uncertain about that one, you'd be like, oh, but it's going to be on the YouTube. I got too excited, started answering questions. So that's the setup. I just got to make r by itself, so it becomes 1/4. 1/8. Yes, I'm still YouTubing. I should start just stream. I wonder if I need to look in to see if I can just stream it, and then it'll be available to watch again. If I could just do a live stream. Well, I know but you can do live streaming on YouTube. Yeah, that's all I did Sundays, just watch Gold Glove and Lyric play COD. Yeah.
I game. Me and Austin Secret tomorrow. You can play Xbox.
PS4.
I'm getting PS4 to the Xbox One. Next gen.
Good. I have to subtract. Mishka. Subtract. I'm going to use a different color. Scott, cool. And equals negative 15 minus 12/5. Negative 15 becomes negative 15 over 1. Hi. So there's a setup. Once again, you finish. Number 10. Yeah. Oh, this one's too easy. I don't even know why I had you guys do this one. You finish.
What time is it?
The time is currently 2:39. So you'll have a couple minutes to get through this. You should have started those out the way that is. Goodbye.